Welcome back to Pop Dissected. Today, we're going to be discussing the one and only Mariah Carey, and how she's come to be the brand for one of the most popular holidays ever. Around this time every year, the memes and jokes begin to arise saying how it's finally Mariah's time. So let's dive into a bit of background first about one of the most iconic Christmas songs of all time, and then talk about for how so long Mariah Carey has single-handedly reframed for artists the idea of a Christmas-themed release. If you're excited to hear more about the pop music world and all your faves careers, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date on a variety of music discussions. Be sure to also turn on post notifications so you can be the first to know when a new video is out. Mariah Carey's Christmas album, entitled Merry Christmas, released in 1994, after a wave of immense success from the 3 albums preceding it. Mariah was on top of her game, and surprisingly, the idea of releasing a holiday effort wasn't exactly sought after. Now, there's a handful of reasons for this. First and foremost, there were already established Christmas classics, and those were what people generally listened to. You had White Christmas, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Baby It's Cold Outside, and so on. While All I Want for Christmas Is You is now considered a classic, back then, there were already long-running classics that were considered to be the definitive Christmas songs. There wasn't necessarily an eagerness for many artists to create new, original ones. Many Christmas albums that had been put out before were covers of the traditional songs aforementioned, as well as Christmas carols and holiday tracks centered around faith and religion. Secondly, Christmas albums then were not exactly a favorable choice for an artist to put out. Aside from Christmas albums not necessarily bringing anything brand new to the table, they were actually looked down upon a bit. It was widely considered that an artist who was releasing a Christmas album was past their prime. It was an effort to maintain relevance as their career was dwindling. So for Mariah Carey to put out an album that carried that type of connotation while her career was riding high, it could have been seen as embarrassing or outright confusing. After 8 #1 singles and 2 #1 albums, it didn't seem to make the most sense to put out an album one would release solely to grasp onto notoriety. Even critics were a bit put off when they found out about the announcement of Merry Christmas. Mariah was seen as a pop artist, and why she would attempt to wade into that territory was baffling. Aside from the holiday season having its set of traditional tracks, Christmas albums not being favored by industry managers, I have my own third reason: Mariah's rising status in the industry. Though retrospectively looked at favorably, Emotions saw a dip on the charts, not only with the album itself, but the singles and sales. This was her second effort, and though it generated success, it was a noticeable dip from her debut. So when her third album, Music Box, would eventually become her best-selling album and return Mariah Carey to the top of the charts, especially given she would follow the album up with her first ever tour, one would want to continue that line of success. Even against critical opinions, Mariah and her team were confident with the Christmas record, as it would expand Mariah's reach to various stations and regions across the world, earning her more notoriety. Now, what particularly worked with Merry Christmas? This album combines both the traditional holiday songs we're familiar with and love to hear around Christmas, but also brand new ones. There's a range of classic hymns and fun, upbeat tracks. With this, the album is able to reach a broader audience and offers just about something for every type of holiday music listener. We also can't go without mentioning Mariah's vocals throughout all the tracks, which bring a wave of new energy and excitement, as well as engagement to all these songs. In regards to All I Want for Christmas Is You, one of the biggest songs not only in Mariah's career, during the holidays, but ever, the song's sound is elusive in a way. It has a timeless sound that echoes classic religious holiday songs blended with modern musical arrangements. With that, regardless of how old the song is, it can only be seen as a classic, not something super modern that would only appeal to audiences now, or too vintage it wouldn't warrant a mass interest. But what stands out to me most about the track is the songwriting. For a holiday song, it isn't so wrapped in the traditional holiday premises. such as reindeer, stockings, chimneys, or what have you. Now, do the lyrics allude to specific holiday traditions and motifs? Of course it does. However, those are not the premise or the focus of the song. In essence, the song is about wishing you had someone close to you during the holiday season. It creates a universal longing, something a lot of people feel during the holiday season. With Christmas being so commercialized and all these expectations about having the perfect holiday, many of us become bogged down by the reality not coming true. The lyricism is adverse to this idea of mass consumption and overspending, to tilt the scales into focusing on being with someone you love, having someone special with you during a season that for so many is about coming together and celebrating that togetherness. Now, I do find a tinge of irony in this, given how excessive and very grandiose Mariah's most recent video for the song is, and how her performances can be over the top, which is not shade, she does it very well. And the song is extremely lucrative for Mariah, and there's no doubt she capitalizes on it. Wouldn't you? So perhaps that adds to a bit of the irony, but I don't believe there's much wrong with that. Also, the track can be divisive, with some finding it simply annoying and believing it should never be played before December 1st. This only adds to the song's success and attention. All in all, it's a feel-good song that has captured the hearts of so many people, with its timeless sound, a message many can connect to during the holidays, and its radiance of joy and positivity. Continuing on from speaking about Mariah's very flamboyant presentation of her Christmas spirit, let's now talk about why this time of year is so important to her, and how she's made the Christmas album and song so popular. Mariah had always liked Christmas as a child. However, she described her childhood as very turbulent, with a lot of fighting. Even during the holidays when her very own mother would try to put the fighting to rest, it would still emerge. She would dream of what a quote-unquote true Christmas could be during these situations. And because of her two uncles, she was able to experience the beautifully over-the-top magic of the holidays, experiences that truly made her fall in love with Christmas. So after releasing Merry Christmas and its lead single becoming a #1 hit years after its release, it further pushed Mariah to not only celebrate but spread her love of Christmas like clockwork every single year. The vast network of social media, memes, and spread of posts and tweets also greatly contribute to Mariah's relevance during this time of year, which I'm sure she is definitely aware of. So to close off, how has Mariah Carey reshaped Christmas songs for the modern artist? First off, dozens of artists have covered Mariah's classic, only proving the importance and cultural significance it has. As mentioned earlier in the video, Christmas albums were generally traditional and seen as an artist's way to snatch onto some relevance and capitalize on the holiday season. And while that still may be widely true, I don't believe the stigma is as heavy anymore. Mariah Carey turned original, new Christmas tracks into full-out celebrations. Many newer original Christmas songs definitely try to capture a similar timelessness and combine modern and traditional elements with their production and lyricism. Now, that's not to say every artist is trying to recreate All I Want for Christmas Is You, but it wouldn't be far to say there's a want for a similar effect. Christmas releases are now anticipated, exciting, and we'll know they'll have a unique flair from each artist who presents them. It ties into the joy of the holidays and the glamorous fun from live performances and music videos that may follow it. It's truly a special feat when an artist can manage to expand beyond their normal musical territory and have the ability to bring association to them with an entire season or holiday. While every artist may have a moment in the Christmas spotlight and be a light on the tree, Mariah will always be the star at the very top. She has pioneered how to approach Christmas music and reframed why artists should make holiday albums and the way they approach them. What are some other ways you think Mariah has influenced artists who want to make holiday tracks? And what are some of your favorite original holiday songs that have been released? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'd like to quickly shout out my channel members, Skyhawker, Daniel Barron, and Steven. If you'd like to help decide future video topics, get exclusive chat and comment badges, and receive shoutouts, then I'd love to have you as a channel member. Finally, if you love pop music and want to learn more about it, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more future content on all your favorite pop stars.